Welcome to episode 28 of Silly Cyclists. I'm your host Gaz545 and we'll be starting right off at number 10. As we all know, in any kind of city you're going to get, especially in England, you're going to get cyclists that jump red lights, and in a majority of cases I don't have an issue with it as long as it's done safely, and I often won't comment on it. But in the places where it is dangerous or late, then I've got a problem, and she does abandon her manoeuvre, so good on that one. A video here from Red V, and there's a cyclist cycling the wrong way. I mean, what more do I need to say? That's just insanely dumb. Number 8, video here from Matthew6476, and you're going to shortly see a cyclist come across his path. She doesn't indicate, he's forced to stop, she's nattering on the mobile phone. We don't like it when car drivers are on the phone. There's a distraction issue. It's not the holding the phone to your face is normally the problem, it's the distraction, and she's clearly not paying attention and affects other road users. Video here from XL Network, and I think he's had a bit of criticism over this, people saying he's going too fast and he should be on the road. And I think with the segregated system you're going to have a problem where people think if you're on a road, no, you shouldn't be on it, you should be on a cycle path because it's built there. And I don't think that's fair. He's cycling reasonably. He managed to stop in time for that cyclist that didn't look. And at the end of the day, that guy is a silly cyclist. So here we are on the superhighways with a bus in front of us. And as it is with the superhighways, there's a lovely blue line that fools you into a sense of safety, when really in this sort of situation you are not very safe at all. As you're going to see here, this bus lane narrows, and there's no warning about it if you're on the inside of a bus, but the bus only got one option, and that's to crush you. So don't go up the inside of the bus in that situation, that's all I'm going to say. I'm torn here about really what should I do. Should I think about my own safety or should I think about others? Should I be selfish or should I not? So at the moment I'm in a primary position, or semi-primary. I'm blocking the car behind me so that when I set off I'm not going to get squeezed straight away. But this vehicle in front of me is taking up pretty much all of the ASL, and anyone that filters forward is in the blind zone of that lorry, and that female cyclist is right next to the cab, and I shout down at her that she needs to move forward, but obviously not paying attention. And you're going to see as soon as the lights turns green, this lorry sets off, and I don't know if he's even seen that female cyclist, and I'm thankful to say that after the lorry passed her, she was safe, but don't put yourself in that position, you're not going to have an issue. A video here from Damo Doublemint, which features a road which he's already filmed a silly cyclist on, and it's kind of similar. This guy, as you do on a downhill as a cyclist, you want to pick up loads of speed so that the uphill's nice and easy, but unfortunately for this guy there's a car driver in front of him and he wants to get past, which, there you go, he goes for it, but it's uphill now, so he hasn't got the speed anymore, and he forces that lorry to take avoiding action to avoid a collision, and now he's back in front of the car and actually slowing the car down. Just wait behind the car and let it go, you're on an uphill, you're going to be slow, that's the way it is. A video here from Tommy Kumalayan, no idea if I'm saying that right, but let's roll with it. He safely waits behind this LGV. Well done on you. But this hipster, courier, wannabe, fakinger, whatever you want to call him, does a nice little squeeze and cuts up some pedestrians on the zebra crossing. Let's have another look at that little squeeze again in slow motion. And what you're going to see is he has to shift his body and bicycle in a way where he can get around the wheel of the car that's turned and the wing mirror. Just don't put yourself in a situation, you're not going to have a problem. Number 2, again, the lovely superhighways with the blue lane bringing him to a full sense of security. I knew this guy was going to be trouble as soon as he's blasted past me like this, and the bus in front of us is pulling away, and next to the bus is a right turning vehicle and the guy tries to go through. Now, this is actually quite funny as I know what's coming up next. But he backs away and the bus goes in front. And I think it's important for all commuters in a city environment or anywhere where there's bus routes should know where the bus stops are so you can plan ahead. One thing you can do when you're behind a bus is sit up a little bit, look inside and see if you can see the bus stopping sign. Don't rely on that, but it gives you a good hint. And up ahead is a bus stop and the bus is patiently waiting behind another cyclist. But this guy, even though the bus's indicator is on, still decides to go up, and I give him a nice loud shout. And unsurprisingly, when I stopped at the traffic lights further up, he hanged back, so I didn't get a chance to tell him how silly he was. But here, clearly, the bus is indicating before he's even started the undertake, which he shouldn't be doing anyway. But he does stop. But if you just don't put yourself in that position, and you're not going to have an issue, let's be honest. Number one, this video has had 250,000 views, I think, on Vimeo in a week and a bit, and there's a good reason why. Firstly, I'm not keen on this without looking. No looking, that's not good. But here you go. I don't need to say anything. Those people's reactions there, how traffic stops, it wasn't good. Luckily, the guy isn't hurt. I'm presuming from his anger, his equipment, that this guy is probably a messenger. So he thinks he's probably used to taking these sort of risks, but seriously, I think he's probably watched too many Lucas Brunel videos. He's not invincible. When you're going to see here, his front wheel is destroyed. And the problem this has for this guy is that if he is a messenger, it's affected his income in two ways. A, he can't work, so he's not going to earn any money, and B, he has to replace that front wheel, which is money he has to spend. So doing this sort of thing is stupid for him on two counts. He's yeah, I don't think I need to say any more, really, let's be honest. Anyway, we've got a good video here, good cyclist here from Atom Boy, and there's a cyclist up ahead. The one to the right is blocking the cycle lane and does a little nudge back, which is really nice to see, not car drivers don't really do that, so that's good to see. Anyway, Silly Cyclist, as most of you know, has moved to its own channel now. I've got some ideas about how I want to develop this, and hopefully some of these will become clearer in the future, and will explain why it's been moved to its own channel. Anyway, thank you for watching, and for those of you that subscribed when I released information about it, thank you again. I got loads of subscribers in the first 24 hours. Thank you for it. Please rate and comment on this video. It helps it get more views, and let's be honest, we want more views for this because we want to educate people on what not to do. Anyway, thank you for watching, and cycle safely.